Hi, this is me again, Mr. Zamora, and I am here to explain 9.BB.12 using the discriminant. How can we get the discriminant? It is actually easier than getting the values for W in this case, or for the variable. You know that if we have a valid quadratic function or quadratic expression or equation, it may have like three possible results. Okay, it could be 0, or it could have two possible answers, or probably no real solution or no possible answers. Okay, how do we know when our function has one possible answers, two possible answers, or no possible answers? Okay, it is kind of easy to know whether it has a possible answer or not. Well, I just hit learn with an example, and to let you know that, remember, this is the general formula or quadratic equation, and we're only going to use only one part of the quadratic equation. We are only going to use actually this part, okay, without the square root. Okay, in other words, let me just copy this, okay, and crop it. We are only going to use this part. Okay, we are going to use only like kind of this part of our quadratic function or quadratic equation. This is the part that we're going to use. All right, b squared minus 4 that multiplies a that multiplies c. Okay, this is the formula we are going to use. Don't forget this, write it down. I don't know, try to memorize it the best you can, but it is very important for you to memorize this part of the quadratic formula. Okay, b squared minus 4ac. Okay, so let's go back and let's try to solve this. All right, so let me print the screen, get a new one. All right, so I got this equation. Remember, the formula that we're using is b squared minus 4 that multiplies a that multiplies c. Okay, remember this number that is right here, this 3 actually is a. This number that actually is not here, what happens when we don't have number? Actually, there is a number 1 implied in here, like an invisible one. So, but it is negative, so this is b. Okay, and this one is 3. Okay, remember, when we don't have coefficient, a coefficient is a number that is next to a variable. When we don't have coefficient, it is 1. Okay, but when we don't have a constant, it is 0. It is not the same, the coefficient, than the constant. Okay, oh, I'm sorry, this is c. Okay, so let's substitute the values. So v, what is b? b is negative 1, and it is going to be squared, right? b is negative 1, and it is going to be squared. Minus 4 that multiplies a. What is a? A is 3, and they also multiply c, that is also 3, positive 3. So negative 1 times negative 1 equals 1 minus, well, minus or plus. Sometimes it is going to be minus, sometimes it is going to be plus, depending. So we need to decide. Negative times positive equals negative. Times positive equals negative, so yeah, it's negative. 4 times 3 equals 12. Times 3 equals 36. So the answer for this is negative 35. Let me tell you that when we get a, remember that we're talking about discriminant? This is our discriminant, negative 35. Okay? When we have a negative discriminant, actually this equation has no real solution. Okay? So let's just, or in other words, we're never going to find like a real answer. Okay? So the discriminant here is negative 35. Oops, that's a point. Negative 35. Oh, what's going on? 35. Submit. Keep it up. Okay. Next one. All right. The next one says 4t squared plus 4t plus 3. All right. Our formula, our discriminant formula is b squared minus 4ac. All right. So b squared. This one is b. So we say 4 squared minus 4 that multiplies a is the first number, and that multiplies c is the second number. All right, so 4 squared is 16. Well, negative times positive, negative times positive, negative. 4 times 4, 16. 16 times 3, well, 16 times 3 equals 48. Okay, and 48 or 16 minus 48, or 48 negative plus 16 equals negative 32. Okay, so this also doesn't have a real solution because the discriminant is negative 32. Okay, so let's write it, negative 32. Okay, this one, all right, let's copy that into a new one, and we have b squared plus, sorry, not plus, minus 4ac. Okay, now I am going to try skipping steps, so for you it's going to be a little bit faster. So we know that b is 4 and b squared is 4 times 4, so b squared is 16, so I am skipping here one step, minus 4 that multiplies a times c, so a is 4 and c is 1. 4 times 1 equals 4, so 4 that multiplies 4. Okay, so 16 minus times, or negative times positive equals negative. 4 times 4 equals 16. 16 minus 16 equals 0. Okay, so the answer here is going to be 0, which means that this equation has only one solution, which is 0. All right. Okay, submit. This one, let's print the screen to copy that into a new one. All right, so b squared minus 4ac. Okay, in the next one I am not going to write the formula again because just to be faster. Okay, so b squared, the second number is b, so b is negative 8 times negative 8 equals positive 64. Okay, minus 4 that multiplies a that multiplies negative 5, so positive times negative equals negative 3 times 5 equals 15. Okay, so in this case it's 64 negative times negative equals positive, so it's going to be an addition. 4 times 15 equals 60. This equals 124, which means that this equation has two possible solutions. Okay, so the answer is 124. All right. So in this case, as I told you, you have to choose. This equation has no real solution, one real solution, or two real solutions. This is the last that we're going to do together. The rest you have to do it by yourself. And okay, so let's do it quickly. Okay, so we have the formula says b squared. This one is b squared, this number one that is going to be right here. So negative 1 squared is 1, okay, minus 4 that multiplies a that multiplies c. 3 times 1 equals 3. Okay, so 1 negative times positive equals negative. 4 times 3 equals 12. So the answer of our discriminant here is negative 11. And because we have a negative discriminant, it means that there is no real solution. Okay, so no real solution. Remember, negative discriminant, no real solution. Positive discriminant, two real solution. Discriminant equals to 0, one real solution. All right, we submit it and correct. Okay, let me know if you have any question, and see you next video. Bye bye.